over the last few weeks or so. Let's get to Carrie Brown and Matt Critchley then over in England. Let's start with Carrie in London. By the end of tonight, will Alexis Sanchez still be an Arsenal player, Carrie?
Well, things just changed rather over the last hour, where we heard of a speculation of a £92 million bid to Monaco for Lamar. Could that then pave the way to Alexis Sanchez leaving the club at Arsenal? I've just been speaking to someone very high up at Arsenal. I'm afraid Arsenal fans now get Googling Lamar, need not bother. I mean, they know who he is already. But Arsenal telling me that's simply not happening. Alexis Sanchez stays. We were never in selling mode. Remember that interview with Arsene Wenger where he said, I'm surprised that you're surprised that you think Alexis Sanchez won't be made to run down his contract. We've seen him try and force a move over the last week. But Arsenal still believe Alexis Sanchez will be an Arsenal player by tomorrow.
OK, well, let's get over to Matt Critchley up in the northwest. You're outside of Anfield, but will that news tally with what you're hearing at Manchester City?
Well, Manchester City remain hopeful, guys, of signing the player. They tabled a bid a few days ago. They had a renewed bid today, around £55 million, plus another £5 million add-ons, so a total bid of around £60 million for Alexis Sanchez. That remains on the table, but the word they were getting was that was dependent on Arsenal finding a replacement for the player. We know about Thomas Lemar from Monaco. We know that ultimately he rejected Arsenal earlier in the summer. Their interest has been there for some time, and clearly the player will be involved in some capacity in that French game against the Netherlands, which takes place, in about 2 or 3 hours' time. So I think the chances of that deal getting done, there's been linked with the Liverpool, there's been linked with Arsenal. I think the chances of Lamar moving away from Monaco and coming to the Premier League are getting slimmer by the second because of his involvement in that game with France, as I say, in just a couple of hours' time. So without being able to get Lamar, without being able to get Julian Draxler through the door, I think it's highly unlikely that, as Carrie mentioned, Alexis Sanchez leaves. I think Sanchez stays with Arsenal. Manchester City disappointed with that. Clearly they wanted the player, but maybe they'll just have to wait until they can get him for nothing in 12 months' time.